In today's video, we're going old school with a pickup video as I show you all the cool video game and nerdy stuff I picked up in July. Let's see if I got anything that you got or if I got anything that you didn't get that you might be interested in. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Michael B, and in today's video, we're going to take a look at my video game and otherwise nerdy stuff I picked up in the month of July. It's been a long time since I did a pickup video. This is in fact how I started making videos on YouTube, picking up retro games and everything else I picked up. And the funny thing is, I pick up so much cool stuff during the course of a month because of all the ridiculous hobbies and passions that I have. And I always say I'm going to share these on YouTube, but I never get a chance to do so. So today we're going to take a little time and actually look at some of the stuff I picked up, whether it be collectibles, whether it be video games, or whether it be something I got to actually improve the channel. Believe it or not, I actually do put money back into the channel. Alright, so first up guys, let's start with some toys. You guys obviously know, especially if you've been following me all these years, I'm a huge G.I. Joe fan, and I am a huge toy collector, but a very specific toy collector. I don't collect modern toys, so to speak. I mostly collect retro toys, and especially when they have the retro packaging. So you guys have probably been following, I've been buying a lot of the G.I. Joe classifieds lately, but I've been specifically buying the G.I. Joe classified retro card back. Well, here in Canada, our orders have been a little bit delayed, so while these have been out in the US for quite some time, I finally got some of the latest wave, and I say the latest wave because some people already have the newest wave. So this is the two that I got. I already got one of the other ones last month. So first up, I got Dr. Mindbender, and I thought this was a weird one when he was announced. Like, obviously Dr. Mindbender is an awesome figure, but it seems like we're still so early in the classified retro card back line. Mindbender seems a little farther along in the line. I mean, Mindbender never came around until they were really doing the whole Serpentor storyline, so it does seem a little strange to me, but at the same time, very cool to have. This is a G.I. Joe 3.75-inch figure I had when I was younger, so very cool. They did a really good job on Dr. Mindbender. He looks fantastic. All the extras there, excited to get this guy open and up in my display case with the rest of my classifieds. Now, if you take a look at the other retro classified I picked up in July, this is one I had pre-ordered, but it just never came. It just kept getting delayed through Amazon, and I randomly walked into an EB Games one day and they had him in the store, and that is Craig Rock and Roll McConnell. I always just called him Rock and Roll. Anyways, he's a pretty rad figure, pretty basic. I mean, your original early G.I. Joe, pretty much you could call him a grunt, but he does have a cool machine gun, cool packaging. So yeah, along with the, I think it's the Cobra Viper, which for some reason on Amazon was classified as the RGS Pinky, I now have all of this wave together. So next up is actually a wrestling figure, and this is where I broke the rule I just talked about. Like I said, I don't buy a lot of modern toys, but for some reason a couple years ago I really got into collecting the AEW Jakks Pacific wrestling figures. They are Jakks Pacific, right? I should know the difference. Anyways, this one is a special one for me because I was collecting these, and then I heard about the Stranger Things pinball actually being re-released, and I tried to sell off a lot of my toys to be able to afford it, but anyways, I just couldn't get there. Ended up not getting the money together in time, and then craziness happened with the tariff, so now I'll never buy another new unboxed Stern again. But anyways, when I was selling those toys, I only really sold two AEW figures. One, of course, was the AEW ring, which was heartbroken. Luckily, I managed to get back. The other one was an Orange Cassidy figure, and I never ever replaced them. And I never saw another one, you know, the way it is, works with these waves of toys. Once you pretty much say goodbye to one, you'll never see him again. So anyways, I never got another Orange Cassidy. Saw this one, which was apparently a Comic-Con exclusive, but was immediately available in EB Games even before they were available in the US. You know, there's some things I'm happy to have Orange Cassidy back, but there's some things that are definitely missing. No jean jacket, no t-shirt. But with this one, I do get a Double or Nothing chair, which is, you know, an accessory when I finally start messing around with these, especially with my kids. It's another accessory to use. But the cool thing is, it does come with the AEW International Championship, which is a title with these figures I never previously had. Only problem is now that title is retired because it's mixed with the Continental. But yeah, I finally got an AEW International Champion and got my Orange Cassidy back. So last up in the toy category is something I'm absolutely thrilled with, and that is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant module. So you know that drill that the bad guys, you know, Shredder and Bebop and Rocksteady always came up with in the cartoon. Obviously very famous in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game. This is basically the toy version of that. I didn't even know this released. I have a really hard time collecting classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle re-releases here in Canada because most of them are Target exclusives, so I gotta rely on stores like Big Bad Toy Store or, you know, Amazon.ca to flukily have these. This never showed up on Amazon.ca. There was a listing for it, but it said it was out of stock. They would let me know when it comes back. And that one was $81, so I had pretty much given up on it. But the day after I went searching for it, I took my daughter to see Fantastic Four and went with my brother and my niece as well. I love Fantastic Four, by the way. Anyways, before we went in, my daughter wanted to stop in EB Games, so I'm there looking through the toys, don't really see anything super interesting, and then I spy this just there on the shelves. So, of course, it was only $69.99, $10 less than what Amazon was selling it for, so of course, I absolutely picked it up. This is going to go great with the other play sets I have for the Turtles. Of course, I have the Party Wagon, I have the Technodrome, now I have the Mutant module, and of course, there's a pre-order right now on Amazon.com to get the Sewer Lair, which I'm going to jump on. So yeah, that's all my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles classic play sets. I've got a bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles re-release toys. I've got a pretty decent collection now. I should really do a video just alone on that. If that's something you guys want to see, let me know in the comments down below and I'll show you my whole collection. I've got to open these things up anyways because my son, he's got some itchy fingers and he might have got his hands on my Baxter Stockman and kind of ripped it open anyways. So time to finally pull these out of their packaging and actually use them. It just sucks because like I'm a sucker for the re-releases in the classic packaging. That's what I like the most. I love seeing this stuff like it was on the store shelves. I'm sure you're like me. You remember being a kid, going to these stores, seeing this stuff up on the shelves, and not being able to get it as a kid because you couldn't afford it. And then now to be an adult to finally get it, it's kind of weird and a hard thing for me to actually take it out of the packaging. But I know toys are meant to be played with. So next up we have my sole retro gaming pickup in July, and that is the Neo Geo Hyper Mega Pocket from Evercade, aka Hyper Mega Tech. I don't understand why they differentiate. It's like back in the day how you had Konami and you also had Ultra Games, I guess. Anyways, this is still sealed. I haven't opened it up yet because I paid for this one. This was my pre-order, but of course, Evercade also sent me the plain black Hyper Mega Tech Neo Geo edition, so I don't know if I'm just going to leave this sealed in the box, open it up. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, where it's the special edition. I've kind of been going back and forth on it. I know I'll eventually open it up, probably do a video on it, but you know, I have been playing my Neo Geo Hyper Mega Pocket over there in the black, so I'm enjoying that, and I'm not in a rush to open this one up, even though it's really, really friggin' cool. So now let's dip into modern games, and of course, if I did this video for June, we'd have a lot to talk about because it was the release of the Nintendo Switch 2, which was absolutely excellent and has completely taken over my focus in the course of the last month. But we had one of its launch titles, not so much launch titles, come out this month that has really captured the minds and imagination of a lot of gamers. That's Donkey Kong Bonanza. So I've been having a ton of fun with this game. When I initially started playing it, I wasn't in love with it because I found it weird when you started tunneling underground with the camera. I thought that was a bit wonky, but once I got used to it, got further into the game, you see the depth of the game, and literally the depth because you're going down into the planet. But the game never gets to a point where you feel like you're doing the same thing over and over and over. No matter where you are in the game, you're constantly learning new things to do, learning new abilities. You have to challenge yourself and take out enemies in different ways. This is a marvelously crafted game. I don't know if it deserves the praise that people are giving it, saying it's one of the greatest 3D platformers of all time, but it certainly is really friggin' good, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So next up, I dipped back into wrestling games. I haven't been a wrestling game supporter in a couple of years, like I've kind of dipped out, but I ended up picking up WWE 2K25. Now, the reason I got this was because this actually released on Switch, and everybody was saying it's really good on Switch. It performs well, and as we know, the last WWE release on Switch was 2K18, and that didn't fare so well. So I was kind of interested. I went to EB Games to pick it up and noticed the price tag was $90, but at the same time they were selling the PlayStation 5 version for only $45, so half price, same game. I think you know what I picked up. Anyways, so far so good. I'm enjoying it. It has a very different wrestling style than I remember, of course, with the way that the reversals work, the grapple system, some of the other stuff. It's a lot to take in, especially when I'm mostly used to playing games like AEW, that wrestling game for the last little while. I've been playing through that, and that's a standard kind of No Mercy style game. This is very different, but also very good. I've just been messing around with Exhibition, putting the titles on people so far, but now that I've got some other games finished, I'm going to get more into this and play through like the storyline mode, and apparently there's this whole island mode, which I'll have to get into. Now, last but not least, I doubled down on Donkey Kong in the month of July. You're probably surprised to see me getting a Nintendo Switch 1 game, but this is one I've had my eye on for a while. This was released, the last big release for the original Nintendo Switch, and this actually ended up being at Costco, and it was initially $10 cheaper than regular retail. People argued about the price because it's a full price game. Here in Canada, it was $79, but Costco had it listed at $69. Now, I've been watching it for a while because I knew eventually it would go down in price. Sure enough, I walked in back in, I think it was like the second or third week of July, and the price had dropped to $49 Canadian. And I said, you know what? That's what I was waiting it out for. Usually with these games, like the first Donkey Kong that they doubled down on the Nintendo Switch, and that was Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I waited for the Black Friday sales because they usually go down around $55 here in Canada. So it met the price point a lot earlier than I anticipated. I anticipated if I got this, it would probably be Christmas time. But what the hell, I love Donkey Kong Country Returns. This is my third time owning this. I owned it on the Wii, I owned it on the 3DS. Now I have the HD version on the Switch. So excited to get into this once I beat Bonanza, but you know, this will be in the backlog. It's not going to be something I play right away, but you know, at the price point, and right now, I just having a blast with Donkey Kong Bonanza. I love the Donkey Kong Country games, at least the ones where you play actually as Donkey Kong, so excited to add this to the list. So the last two things I want to talk about are, in fact, kind of, you know, to help me with my YouTube channel. You guys are probably wondering why I'm starting to film videos down here in my arcade again. Well, there's a couple of reasons for that, one of which being around Christmas time, I actually bought a super expensive Sony Alpha 3 camera so I could have better picture quality for my reviews, but I want to use it more than what I've been using that camera for. So I decided I was going to improve my mic quality and actually start using that camera down in this area. But you know, I didn't want to hook up like an extra mic and have it like viewing the picture and stuff like that. So what I actually did was I took the advice of some people out there and I picked up the DJI Mic Mini. Now, I don't know a lot about these. I talked to my buddy 19K Fox. He said he bought like a cheap lapel mic, and he said it did great. I talked to James Hates Everything. He said this thing was incredible. I don't know if he has the mini or if he has a more expensive version, but for the price point, around $200, I was pretty comfortable diving in, trying this thing out. And I love the package it came with, because not only did it come with 2 of these lapel mics, the receiver, it also came with this really cool charging case that you can see here. It also doubles as a carrying case. How do I open it? I can't remember. So there you can see it there. There's my other microphone. I'm wearing one of the lapel mics now. The receiver is hooked up to my camera. This comes with a USB-C charging cable and also a cable to connect to the stereo speaker on my camera. So anyways, early results, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know if I'd recommend it to anybody yet. Give me time to use it. We'll see what other fun stuff I can get into with this mic. I know other people have been harassing me for my pinball live streams. They don't like the Blue Yeti mic that I have hooked up. They say that I'm too far away from it. So hopefully I can use this for playing some pinball as well when I do my reviews or gameplays of the At Games Legends Pinball 4K tables. Now the last thing I picked up in July, which is actually the most expensive item I picked up in July, I don't have a visual representation for here, but I will run some B-roll in a second to show you what it is. And that is, I replaced my two monitor setup with my gaming PC and with my streaming PC with an LG OLED Ultrawide 49-inch monitor. This thing is absolutely badass. So first thing, I really wanted a solution that was better than the 2 monitors I had set up. It was just a little bit too big for the desk. It encroached on the space on the outside of the desk. And, you know, I was running into some problems with some workflow and stuff for making videos. So I wanted something that made a little bit more sense. So I was watching that gaming show one night and I heard Rascal talking about his new ultra-wide monitor he was using. Then all of a sudden, at the time, Messiah came on there and talked about a great deal that was going on for the 4th of July on these LG OLED Ultrawides where it was $1,000 off. I know Shotgun Sean picked one up. I just got like the FOMO for it real bad, decided to jump in on the sale, so I picked one up as well. And the idea was it was going to improve workflow because I didn't need 2 monitors on my desk. You can actually split these into 2 feeds, picture in picture, and have them as 2 monitors set up side by side, which actually works pretty well for my video process. But the cool thing is, I never realized how cool ultra-wide gaming was. This was a brand new experience for me. I didn't even know this really existed or how it existed, and it's a new way of playing games. Before, I was just playing games on a PC, and it was just another way to play games. Now this opens up a whole new reality for me, how I play games, how I enjoy games. I've been playing through like the Grand Theft Auto trilogy games again, and for some reason these old PlayStation 2 games are compatible with the ultra-wide monitor. And of course, I'm playing through Avowed, and it's in the ultra-wide, and I'm very excited to play through Doom the Dark Ages on it as well. This has changed gaming for me in a weird way. P-Dubs made fun of me and said Mike's now playing in IMAX, but it kind of feels like that, so I'm pretty happy with my new monitor. Anyways, guys, that's all the stuff I picked up this past month in July. Pretty happy with my toy purchases, my game purchases. Pretty limited this month for me, but, you know, a lot of quality. Not a lot of quantity, but a lot of quality. And I think it was long overdue. I got this DJI mic. I know a lot of other people in the community get them. And it's great for doing, like, episodes where I go to stores, other things like that. And what makes me the happiest is I now have the ability to have really good audio with this amazing new camera I bought back around Christmas, so I can film more content down here and hopefully it looks better and sounds better for you guys. Anyways, let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of the stuff I picked up this past month? Do you collect or buy any of this stuff yourself? Is there anything you're interested in that I showed off today? Give me your overall thoughts down in the comments below. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. This is Michael B. the Game Genie. I'll talk to you next time.